We begin with a bird's eye view over St. Louis. It is because of drones, technology that's growing more in popularity each and every day.
But while the city aims to reel in how you use the aircraft, one out-of-town company is ruffling feathers with plans to watch the streets to sniff out crime.
Yeah, Melanie Johnson is live outside City Hall in downtown St. Louis tonight with the fight over the flight that could peer right into your backyard, Melanie.
Sam and Corey, despite the city getting their lawyers involved, this drone company still plans to fly over an unknown location in the city on Monday. This comes after the Board of Aldermen is trying to put drone restrictions in the city. And one neighborhood group tells me that people here don't want drones like this in the sky, period.
I wouldn't want a drone flying around in my backyard.
Brendan Murphy tells First Alert 4 a drone flying over where you live can be an invasion of privacy.
I could see it being a concern with if you're flying around a residential area with houses everywhere.
Despite Maryland-based company SMS Novel being told not to fly their drones in Gravois Park to survey crime, the owner decided to choose another location. He tweeted Wednesday, Drone Stream TV launches February 5th in 6 cities, including St. Louis.
There's certainly an issue of privacy, and I certainly hope it wouldn't extend beyond that point, but it seems at this point, with all that's going on in the city, the crime prevention factor would kind of overrule that, provided it doesn't get out of control.
Not everyone thinks like St. Louis resident Howard Klepser. The city of St. Louis sent this cease and desist letter to owner Joe Johnson, telling him to apply for a permit first, saying, quote, you will need to cease and desist immediately at the order of the president of the Board of Public Service. Johnson says he stands by the First Amendment and wants to combat crime, as he explains in this voice memo.
Firstly, I want to assure you that our intention is not to invade anyone's privacy, but rather to enhance the safety and security of the residents.
The Board of Aldermen is considering a bill not only preventing this, but put stricter regulations on drones in the city. Those limits would include many the FAA already put in place. There will be a meeting Saturday at the Rita Ford Community Center to discuss public safety solutions instead of private drones. The organizer sent this statement to First Alert 4, quote, if he launches his drones on Monday, then he will be doing so illegally. St. Louisans don't want his surveillance drones in the sky, period. The mayor and the police chief have gone on record to say they don't believe droning like this will improve public safety. New Orleans, Memphis, and LA are among those 6 cities on that list that this company plans to drone over on Monday, which also includes St. Louis. We're live at City Hall. Melanie Johnson, First Alert 4.
Melanie, thank you. New at 10, we are